Carl Jung, a man whose wisdom still echoes through time, once said, "As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light of meaning in the darkness of mere being." When we hear about the lives of iconic figures, people like Carl Jung, Sigmund Freud, Leonardo da Vinci, Albert Einstein, William Shakespeare, and Nelson Mandela, something inside us stirs, doesn't it? A feeling that maybe our lives fall short in comparison. These individuals led lives full of meaning, achievement, and legacy. But let's be real. How can our lives ever measure up to theirs? But here's the thing. They didn't get there because they achieved the most. They got there because they understood who they were and acted from that place of deep knowing. This understanding is where our true purpose begins, not in the accolades or fame, but in the authenticity of who we are. Jung's philosophy holds that life's meaning doesn't depend on what you accomplish, but on who you become. At the heart of his teachings lies the idea that we're not just our visible selves, the personas we present to the world, but we are a complex blend of both conscious and unconscious layers. And it's in these deeper, hidden parts of ourselves that our life's purpose is waiting to be discovered. Jung described the psyche as a vast landscape, with the ego sitting at the surface, the part of us that we're fully aware of. But beneath that surface lies something much more profound, the unconscious, where the true nature of who we are resides. The unconscious mind houses what Jung calls the shadow, our dark side. And here's where it gets interesting. Jung believed the shadow holds the key to understanding your life's purpose. Why? Because your life's purpose is not an external goal or something shaped by the world around you. It's personal, unique to you. Let's pause here for a moment. How well do you really know yourself? You might think you've got yourself figured out. After all, we all know our strengths, our weaknesses, and our desires, right? But do we really? Or are we only familiar with the surface, the image we've created for others to see? Jung's concept of self-realization asks us to go beyond the mask. He argued that self-realization comes when we dive deep into the unconscious parts of ourselves, the shadow, and acknowledge its existence. This requires us to move beyond mere surface-level knowledge of ourselves and confront the parts of us we usually avoid. You see, the shadow is made up of the parts of us we suppress, the feelings, desires, and traits we don't want to acknowledge. Maybe it's the anger you've never expressed, or the jealousy you've learned to hide. Maybe it's the parts of your personality you've buried, thinking they don't belong in your good self. But here's the reality. The shadow isn't something that disappears just because you ignore it. In fact, it grows stronger the more you repress it. So, how do you begin to connect with this darker side? The first step is understanding that self-awareness goes beyond simply knowing your strengths and weaknesses. It's about acknowledging the deeper, often uncomfortable parts of you. Jung suggested that we can begin this journey by reflecting on our actions, our thoughts, and our reactions. Take a moment and ask yourself, why did I react that way? What was I really feeling in that moment? Did it feel real? Or was I just playing a role to fit in? These questions will guide you to your shadow, the parts of you that you've been avoiding. You might be wondering, why does this matter? Why should I care about these dark, hidden parts of me? Here's why. When we learn to integrate our shadow rather than deny it, we gain true power. You see, the shadow isn't something meant to punish us. It's here to teach us. By acknowledging the anger or frustration you've pushed down for years, you allow yourself to release it in healthy ways. Anger isn't inherently bad. It becomes destructive when we bottle it up and let it explode at the wrong moment. But anger can also be a powerful motivator. It can help you advocate for yourself, stand up for others, or make important changes in your life. This is the key to shadow work. You stop labeling your feelings as bad or wrong, and instead, you learn to channel them productively. Jealousy? That's a signal that you desire something you don't have. Instead of letting it breed resentment, you can use it as a driving force to go after what you truly want. Laziness? Maybe it's time for a break. Listen to your body and give yourself the rest you need to recharge. Jung emphasized that by acknowledging these traits without becoming them, you can use them as tools for personal growth. Your shadow holds the unexpressed parts of your potential. When you learn to integrate them into your daily life, you start to become whole, authentic, balanced, and fully yourself. Jung said, "You are what you do, not what you say you'll do." If you've taken the time to understand your shadow, embraced your darker side, and begun to integrate those traits into your personality, then it's time to put it all into action. But here's the thing. Action is where most people fall short. You might feel that after all your self-reflection, after all the journaling and meditating, you can now sit back and relax. But that's where the danger lies, living reactively. To find true meaning in life, you have to be proactive. Life is not about waiting for things to happen. It's about making things happen. So, take that first step toward your goal. If you want to become a writer, don't wait for inspiration to strike. Write, even when you don't feel like it. If you want to start a business, don't wait for the perfect time. Take action, make a plan, and start. Don't get stuck in the cycle of procrastination. Don't wait for life to hand you the answers. Create your own path. Your purpose is in the actions you take, not the dreams you have. Now, here's the real test. Fear. Jung once said, "Where your fear is, there is your task." Fear holds us back from taking action. It keeps us stuck in the what-ifs and the maybe later. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment. But here's the truth. Fear is not something to avoid. Fear is your guide. Every time you face your fears head-on, you grow. Fear is not the enemy. It's the messenger. If you're scared to start that business, if you're scared to speak your truth, that fear is telling you exactly where you need to go. To truly live a meaningful life, you must embrace fear, not run from it. Prepare for it, yes, but don't let it paralyze you. Fear is natural. It's a sign that you're about to do something significant. Remember, life isn't about avoiding mistakes. It's about learning from them. Every failure, every disappointment is an opportunity for growth. Meaning in life doesn't come from avoiding failure. It comes from how you respond to it. As Jung so brilliantly put it, even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. You can't experience the full beauty of life's joys unless you've also faced the hardships. So, embrace both, the light and the dark, the good and the bad. It's through this balance that you'll discover your deepest purpose and live a life that is authentically yours.